So we don't get anything. So now we have him. They want him to get involved. The same guy that did, because you know why? We're comfortable with him. Because we're comfortable with losing. The country has become comfortable with losing. Now last night, it's right. I'm not comfortable with it, I'll tell you. Drives me nuts. That's why I'm doing this. Last night, I got the only applause. They said, you know, your summation. They give you a big 30 seconds. Right? It's hard to sum up. But I got a very large applause because I said, I negotiated. It was a 3-hour deal, and he said it wasn't. He's wrong. And we have it was always a 3-hour deal. And I said, who the hell wants to watch? Who's going to want to watch? I wasn't even, I could stand up for 30 hours and do this stuff. But I said, who is going to want to watch a 3-hour debate? Nobody. You couldn't watch Hillary for an hour and a half. No, you couldn't watch it. So I called up CNBC. I said, fellas, and I called Ben Carson. And we said, Ben, let's form a little deal here. If they don't have me, they don't have you. I don't think they can, not going to work so well. And by the way, and that's not to knock anybody else, but who needs to form a big deal? If I can do it with two, 2 is fine. They folded in about 15 seconds. We got rid of an hour. And they were getting $250,000 for a 30-second spot. They used to get like $1,000, $2,000. How much would they have gotten if I wasn't involved? You tell me. They would have gotten nothing. So I gave a quick summation. I said, we don't win anymore. And we got to make great trade deals and blah, blah, blah. And then I said, as an example, everybody said you cannot negotiate, it's non-negotiable, the 3 hours. I called up. I got it. And that's a big thing to get. 1 hour, and when you think of those 30-second commercials at that kind of money, 1 hour, that's a tremendous amount of money. And maybe that's why CNBC was so angry. Maybe that's why, if you think. Because they were pretty angry. I actually didn't mind it. I didn't mind. I expected it. A lot of the folks up there were very angry and very upset about the way CNBC behaved. But, what do you think? Yes? I didn't care. I've become immune to it. I tell you, honestly, I've seen things that are so bad with the press. I've seen things that I wasn't. I went out, yeah, they were bad. They were really asking questions that were bad, but what else is new? But some of the folks up there thought it was really unfair. And Reince Priebus, who's a good guy, head of RNC, he went wild yesterday because he thought it was very fair. And if you look at the Hillary debate, they were all softballs. Here, Hillary. Bing. Bing. All softballs. It wasn't the same thing. So, we're going to have a border. We're going to build a wall. Mexico is going to pay for the wall. We're not paying. Just like CNBC gave up that hour, a lot of money, Mexico is going to pay. And I love Mexico, by the way, and I love the Mexican people, and I love the Hispanics. I have thousands of Hispanics that work for me right now. Thousands. I gave a speech the other day in Miami at Trump National Doral, right smack in the heart of Miami. And I said, this is going to be interesting. We had a big crowd like this, and I gave the speech. It was 80% Hispanic, 80%, maybe more. You have no idea. They put you people to shame in terms of enthusiasm. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you. They were so in love with the message of the border and the message of the wall because they're here illegally. They don't want to be overrun. They want to work. They want to do their job. These are incredible people. And we're going to let incredible people come into our country. We want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. And, so many things. I mean, and this has nothing to do. Mexico is only one of many. They come from all over Asia. They come from all over. But do you know that if you want to become a citizen of Mexico, it's one of the hardest countries, maybe the hardest country in the whole world to become a citizen of. And you know, if you're in Mexico and you're supposed to be there for a week, friends of mine are there. They go to Mexico. I like Mexico. I like Mexico. They go to Mexico. They're there for a week. They get a knock at the door. When are you leaving? When? No, they just want to know, what's your time? You're here. Are you going to extend? What's going on? By the way, they're doing the right thing. I'm not knocking. I'm saying they're doing the right thing. We don't do that because we're stupid. We're stupid people. We have stupid leaders. We don't do it. I mean, the anchor babies. You have a baby, you go, you're pregnant, you go, you have the baby on our soil. Congratulations, 85 years we're taking care of the person. In Mexico, you know what they said? That's terrible, terrible, the way the United States is handling that situation. Except in Mexico, if it happened, believe me, they don't have anchor babies in Mexico. There's no anchor babies. It's bye-bye. We got to change, or we're not going to be great anymore. We're going to, you know, I have an expression, and it's been used a lot over the years, you know, make America great again is my big expression, but there's another one. And so often, I like to use, I love expressions because it says it. The American dream is dead. You know that, right? The American dream is dead, but I'm going to make it bigger and better and stronger than ever before. Bigger and better and stronger. And we're going to. We're going to make the American dream bigger and better and stronger before. We're going to get rid of all these horrible regulations. We're going to open up. We're going to do business. We're going to have fun. We're going to create jobs. We're going to be taking jobs back from all over the world. You know, this whole thing with the dollar, I'll tell you what, the dollar, whoa. China, we owe them $1.5 trillion. Can you believe it? They kill us. They take our jobs, our money, our base, and we owe them money. We owe them $1.5 trillion. Now, how do you figure it? So here's what's happening. So we owe them all this money. We owe Japan with the cars, right? We owe Japan $1.4 trillion. Think of it. So they sell the cars, they do it, and we owe them money. We owe them money. It's a magic act. It's unbelievable. And we have negotiators better than any of their negotiators. And I'm going to use them because I have the greatest negotiators. I know them all. I know them all. And I always say, some of them are not nice people. Who cares? I mean, who cares? But we're going to bring this country back, and we're going to make it so special. It's special now. We love it. But it's troubled. It's seriously troubled. But we're going to make it so wonderful and so great. And you're going to be so proud. You're going to be so proud of our country because, like I said, in summing up, we don't have victories anymore. When was the last, think of it. When was the last time we had a victory? We lose on trade to everybody, any country. You know, I use China because that's the ultimate abuser. They abuse. I mean, with them, it's not even funny. They abuse us. And I love them. They're great people. They buy my apartments. I rent office space. They're fine. They're great. I wish our people would do it in reverse. But China, listen to this, almost $400 billion a year on a trade imbalance. 400 billion. It's been going on for years. It's going to end. It's going to end. And we'll keep doing business, but they've got to treat us fairly. They're not treating us fairly. You know, I'm a free trader. I believe in free trade. But I also believe in being intelligent. And I also believe in smart trade. How can we continue? I'll give you another example. Japan, $70 billion a year imbalance. They sell us cars, they come off like the Long Island Expressway. Anybody know the Long Island Expressway? Like the boats, the biggest boats you've ever seen, biggest ships, the cars are pouring off. If they had cops, they'd give them speeding tickets. You never saw anything like that. They're going like 40 miles an hour off these boats, right into our economy. We get nothing. Other than we close plants all over the place because they're taking our jobs. We get nothing. And you know what? I always say, how many Chevrolets are in the middle of Tokyo right now? I'll bet there isn't one in the whole country. So you look at Japan, it's going to stop. And we have all the power. See, Obama and these people, they don't know that we have the power. We have the power because we can say, sorry, can't do it anymore. Can't do it. We don't want your cars. You know what? You'll buy American for a while. They'll be back. We almost did it 12 or 13 years ago. Do you remember? It was so egregious, but our president at the time chickened out, and he folded, and we lost. He almost did it, but he chickened out. Remember that? 13, 14 years ago with Japan. It's egregious. China's the most egregious. Think about this. Think about a Carl Icahn or me or somebody working on the China deal and making it much better. So instead of $400 billion a year, would you love to break even? I mean, who wants to break even? Would you love to? Do you know what the difference? Do you have any idea? You saw the bad numbers that came out this morning, that we have virtually no growth. First quarter, we had no growth. We had negative growth. Now we're down to a little bit over 1%. You know what 1% is? If China does 7%, they're in like a major recession. All right? We have 1%. We're being led by people that don't get it. And it's so easy. And don't forget, never forget this. We have all the cards. They don't have the cards. They don't have the cards. We have single-handedly rebuilt China. You look at their roads, you look at their bridges. They built bridges bigger than the George Washington Bridge. It's like candy. They're all over the place. Where are we building? We happen to be building one in New York. Wait till you see what that sucker's going to cost. And they're building one in San Francisco. You know who's building it? The Chinese are building it, right? The Chinese are building the Bay Bridge. It's being built by the Chinese. Big cost overruns. Big, oh, they need Trump. I don't do cost overruns. Big cost overruns. You know what? Tremendous cost overruns. Somebody ought to look at, I saw the other day, massive. They're saying it's different, it's a little this, it's a little bit higher, a little bit this. We painted it a different color. You know, it was supposed to be blue, it's going to be pink, and it's going to cost $10 million more for the pink paint. I know all of it. Oh, I hear it all my life. I've been growing up with this stuff. So we're going to do things that are so good. We're going to cut all of the fat, the waste, and abuse. We're going to lower taxes so that corporations are now going to pay 15%. We're the highest taxed country in the world. And that's why. Today it was announced, I just have it here, it was announced that Pfizer, did you read about that deal? Pfizer is going to take one of our great companies out. Now, it's supposed to be not going to maybe, it's going to happen. They're going to take it out. Thousands and thousands of jobs. It's going to happen. Just right over here, it's a company called Allegra. Allergen. Did you ever hear of Allergen? I hear. Now, who knows? Maybe it's rumor. I don't think it's rumor. Rumors turn out to be true. You ever notice how many times rumors turn out to be true? Especially about your husbands. No, they never turn out. Those rumors never turn out to be true. Women, do they ever turn out to be true? Never, right? Never. But those rumors turn out to be true. And it's pretty bad. Oreos. The man mentions, I don't eat Oreos anymore. But they're moving from Chicago to Mexico. They're going to make Oreos now. Big plant.